people come back because somehow it's lost their meaning. I rejoice when God keeps the saints. I rejoice for the people who are faithful. I rejoice for the people who show up and serve the Lord. I rejoice for his preserving grace. Oh, when a stray sheep returns, we should have joy. There should be reception. There should be forgiveness. There should be no mistrust. The prodigal son. Prodigal means waster. It doesn't mean lost. It just means waster. One who took his father's inheritance, took it early and went and wasted it on what the Bible calls in the King James riotous living. But when the Lord loves you, just like with the prodigal son, when he spent all his money and had no friends, and as a Jewish boy having to work with pigs, he had reached the lowest of the low, and even what the pigs ate started looking good to him. Sometimes God dries up things. Sometimes God takes away things. Not all the time, but sometimes in order to get people looking at home. What am I doing? He says, what am I doing? I was a child of God. I used to walk with the Lord. Look at me. The realization that comes upon the person at that time is priceless. No one wants to help me. No one can help me. And suddenly from the pit, Lord, help me. That's all it takes. Why am I living like this? At my father's house, the servants eat better. I'm going to go home. I got to make up some kind of story. What am I going to tell my father? I lost everything. He thought about it for a while. Says, I know what I'll tell him. Listen, Paul. I've blown it, Dad. I've blown it. Just make me a servant. I can't live like this anymore. I have nothing left. So he starts on the long journey home because he went into a far country. Notice how sheep wander. You all know the story. He got home. His father saw him. He runs. Don't you like this guy? He runs and he embraces his son. He doesn't even criticize him, Sister Charlotte. I knew he'd come home eventually. I knew he'd finally wise up. He's got nothing left. Good for him. No. Father didn't know what happened to him. He thought he was dead. The joy and the expression of joy that was on his face, and he came and he wrapped his arms around him. He fell upon his son. That's the word in Greek, if you need a translation of it. Epipto. It means he hugged him. He stunk, his son. He was filthy, but his father didn't care because his son was alive. He was lost, he was found. If I'm that son, that would broke me up. Falls to his knees and he says, Dad, I've sinned against heaven and against you. I'm no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me as one of your servants. No, you're my son. And he tells the servant, get the robe out of my closet. Let's wash this guy up. Give him a robe. Give him sandals for his feet. Here, take my ring. Dad, I took everything from you. No, this ring, you take it. It's yours. Good story, right? But it doesn't end there. One of the 99 has a problem with this. There's the elder brother out there. Always good, always faithful, always obedient elder brother. He's out there working in the fields again. Comes in from the field and he hears, going on. And I mean, just partying and laughter and this and that. And he's like, what's going on? He asks one of the servants. And the servants are happy. They say to him, your brother has returned home again. And like Cain, his countenance was fallen. What? Your brother's home again. The servant took 2 steps back. My brother's home again. Well, while the party was going on, the elder brother didn't even go into the place where they're partying. He just went up to his room to sulk. His father's looking for him. You gotta love this dad. He finds him up in his room. He says, come on down, man. We've killed a fatted calf. We're partying here. Your brother's returned home. My brother, what about me? I've served you all my life like a slave. I've been obedient to you. I've done everything that you've asked me. Not once have I disobeyed your command. And this son of yours takes all of your money, spends it on all kinds of things, party goodies, drugs, alcohol, whores. And he comes back home and you kill the fatted calf for him. You haven't even given me a party with some of my friends. The father says to him, son, he praises, son, everything I have belongs to you. I love you. But it's right that we should rejoice. Because your brother was lost. Now he's found. He was dead. He's alive again. May our friends who we see waste their lives and have turned away from the Lord, when they come back, find us killing the fatted calf for them, not holding anything against them, and loving them, and seeing God restore them as true sons and daughters of the Lord. Let's stand.